Hey guys, how you all doing today? I hope you're all fine and dandy, because today we're gonna be talking about how to improve in Valorant. You wanna watch the full video, leave a like, leave a comment, anything that helps me, because this will help you out a lot. Most of these tips are actually in the practice mode, so you won't have to leave a game or install any app or programs. Anyway, I'm gonna start with a first tip, which I see that a lot of people don't use, and that is sensitivity, right? What I noticed that a lot of people is they don't actually use their sensitivity at all, or they have it like super high, like, oh, I'm gonna have it at like 3, and then they go like to, I don't know, go have fights, and you know, why can't I hit anything, guys? Why can't I hit anything? And this is why sensitivity is like super important. Personally, you can either have a high sensitivity or a lower sensitivity in that matter, but I prefer to actually have it at lower. Now it depends on a lot of previous games you played. So for example, if you played CSGO and you have the sensitivity, look down at those sensitivity converters and convert it to the lower sensitivity that's possible. Now the next thing I wanted to talk about is actually practicing your aim. Actually everyone knows about that, right? But it gives you so many options. It gives you like 50 meters, it gives you like 30 meters, it gives you 20. So for example, you can fire like let's say I'm gonna just one tap over here, right? And I can bring it back to 5 meters. Perfect, right? This helps you like a lot. You can also practice it here on A-bots. The next thing people don't practice at all is these things. These things are like much more realistic, because you can actually you know, move your mouse and actually test your sensitivity in that manner. The next thing you want to do is actually listen to your teammates. So if teammates are telling you, oh, you're pushing too much, why are you flanking so much, why are you being so aggressive on defense, why are you being so aggressive on offense, the heck, okay, I found another bug, game-breaking bug right here. But what you want to really listen is to your teammates, because your teammates probably do know at least a few things. I know it's an early game. I know you want to have fun and play a little, but this is a huge issue. Which I see is, for example, people actually doing a full buy when you should only buy pistols. This also happens in CSGO, but it's more rare because the CSGO is like more experienced right now. But what I see is no team communication, or just, you know, being an asshole about it and rushing, I don't know, C, and then it's like a 4v5 every game. So if your teammates tell you to stop pushing or to watch this or this site or whatever, listen to them. They know what they're doing, and most likely 90% of the time, except if they're Russian or something. But in all seriousness, yeah, listen to your teammates. The next thing is here you have the skill set, right? Skill test. So this skill test is not used a lot, but about, I think, 17 or above puts you in S tier. I think it's like 22 or something, but this is huge. If you can master this and get all 30, I can guarantee you in this game you will get like 20 plus kills each game, no doubt. And this is what is really great about this game. It gives you so many options. And the next thing I also wanted to talk to you about is switching to one character. And that means maining one character. So you want to try them all out at the start, right? So you probably clicked on this video and you're probably pretty new to the game. The thing is, you want to click on one character. You want to play them all and then just choose one. So for example, at the moment I'm playing Cypher and waiting for new agents, and then you want to master all his abilities. So after you master a main character or main agent or whatever, this is where the real reward comes in, because then you know his weaknesses, you know his advantages and stuff like that, you know how to use his abilities. So for example, if you master Sova's darts, at first you will be like super shit, right? So let me show you. This is how usually players start to play. With Sova's dart. I'm not perfect, but look at this. They don't know how the bounces work, they don't know how the charge works. But after you master it, for example, you can make it work pretty well. You know where it goes and stuff like that. You know where the spots and stuff. And you know, with Cypher, it goes the same way. I know how to plant trap wires. I know when to activate these things. I know when they will push. I know how to buy time. And it really goes great in my opinion. The next thing a lot of people won't do, and this is a really good advice, so keep watching, is actually going through your VODs. So VODs are one of the most important things right now. So basically what means that is recording your gameplay and actually checking it out. I don't see a lot of people doing that. You need a bit better PC to actually record Valorant while playing. But this is a great way to actually check your replay, see what went wrong. I know a few YouTubers that are actually reviewing VODs from their subscribers and going through those things where for example, the common mistake I see most people is when they're like just walking, they don't have the crosshair. They have the crosshair at the wall, they don't even check out the enemies, so they're walking like that, right? While the enemy's over there, or hiding over there, or something behind that. And this is a huge issue, because reaction is everything in this game. This is another thing I wanted to show you guys, is actually the spike plants. So the spike diffuses, or the spike attacks, or whatever, are pretty great. So I'm gonna switch here to normal. You can choose, press F3, easy, medium, hard. You want to start off with easy, but it's really easy, so I think you will get it after 3 tries. Now the medium is really great. You can actually choose the infinite ammo on or off based on how new you are to the game. There's a lot of you people who haven't played anything, but I'm gonna start with here, you know, just dropping in, and this gives you really a lot of game sense where the enemies could be, checking every corner. Hopefully they add new locations and stuff like that. They have only one location so far in open beta. Now Cypher really isn't that good in this scenario, because it's I'm guessing someone was behind here, right? And I basically won this. You have to check every corner and stuff like that, and Valorant made this for a reason, because it gives you a lot of actual game sense to how the game is played. The next thing I wanted to actually talk about is if you, for example, know when to buy time for your team. So smokes, a lot of people just use smokes at the start of the game, and I see that as a super bullshit thing, because smokes or cyber cages or whatever, they are huge for actually buying you massive amounts of time, either for rotates, either for attacks, either for defense. They can also provide you like a smoke screen. So for example, if someone is going A and you want to plant the spike at A, the enemy won't see anything, and that will buy you this free spike plant, which you can then win the game if you master your aim. Now this is just a bonus tip, but it's one of the important things where you have to actually master your aim first. That's what I don't see, mastering the aim and then actually going to these smaller features, as you know, on defense, buying, you know, with buying time. I guess a lot of, I don't know, brimstone mains, they go brimstone, right? And what they do, for example, I don't want to defuse a spike, but let's check it here. The round starts and they just plant all their tree somewhere where it doesn't matter, right? And then they don't have anything, not even for defense, not even for offense or whatever. And it really makes those spike plants harder. One thing I noticed is actually people not using any communication. So if you're saying someone is B or saying someone is A, that is crucial information, and that can actually save you the game. You can basically rotate easier and stuff like that. So definitely be sure to check out the minimap. Minimap is one of the most important features in the game, and a lot of people just want to disable it or don't want to use it. And this is where the real problem comes in. Without using the minimap, you're basically screwed. The next thing I want to tell you is actually you can instead you can actually place a streak here, and you can spawn bots and strafe and stuff like that. A lot of people don't use these features because a lot of people are just getting used to the game. Now the best weapons right now, I see a lot of people still buying Odin unironically, and of course, you know, Odin is really not that good. It has a good ball penetration, it has good everything, but what they add is a huge recoil, and that's what I don't like about that. Now, I'm gonna compare the Phantom and Vandal. Now, Phantom is really great if you're a new player. Vandal is a bit slightly better. This has a higher rate of fire, and this has kinda like, you know how the damage drops off here? 0 to 15 meters, 15 to 30 meters, and 30 to 50. This one has the same damage all the time, and this also have 5 bullets more. Thing is, this fires super faster, while this fires a bit slower, right? so it has a slight spread reduction. I would say Vandal is a bit better if you know how to actually aim, and hopefully these tips will help you out, you know. And these are really good tips to make you improve in the game. You know, I have more videos on that and how to actually improve, so be sure to check out my other videos. Anyway, you know, drop a subscribe. This helps me out a lot. It's perfect. And you know, stay safe out there. And this is Fatman, sign out. Peace, guys.